I'm rebuilding FC Chambly Oise of the French National League only using Youth Academy players. When we last left off, we moved into Season 2. We were projected to finish bottom of the league with 201 odds to win it. Now, after signing our vets and starting the season with a healthy bank balance with great future projections, let's start investing more into our youth setup to help us move up the leagues. And finally, let's get straight into our first game of the season. Like usual, we won't spend too much time on gameplay until we get to Ligue or are competing for promotion. And here we have our first chance of the season with a poor pass from the QRM defender. Mustafa Cisse intercepts the ball, flies down the wing, and squares it to Tonkara for what should have been a tap-in. The next chance of the match is QRM's as a throw-in on the far side of the pitch gets brought into the middle of the field where a shot from range beats our keeper. Bedfan certainly could have done more to stop this shot. Livid on the sideline, I decide to shout "demand more" to my players, which leads to an immediate highlight with Sacco flying down the wing, hitting a low cross into Tonkara, who was not going to miss twice. Our hopes of starting the season off with points quickly fades, however, as Doramus receives a second yellow card for what looks like nothing at all. This leaves us down a man with over half an hour yet to play in the game. After that red card, we quickly concede not only one, but 2 goals to start our season off with 0 points and a loss, losing 3-1 to QRM. That puts us in 15th, tied for a relegation spot at the bottom of the French National League. The next 2 games we drew 2-2 to SO Chalet and won 3-1 to AC, meaning we're looking like a mid-table team. However, after earning a National A license and starting my next course, we were able to win 5 straight, making us a potential promotion candidate. Now let's jump ahead into December and take a look at our youth intake preview, which looks mediocre at best. It looks like we're going to get another year of mid-intakes unless for some reason our coaches misjudged this entire class. Let's hope and pray that they're wrong and we can find ourselves a golden generation. Getting back to our current potential promotion season, disaster strikes as our leading goal scorer Tonkara, who has 19 goals in only 15 games, is out for nearly 2 months with a hernia. Hopefully this injury won't derail the season for us and we can continue pushing for a promotion. An injury to an old veteran allows us to give some opportunities to the youth prospects in our club. The best and the one to get this opportunity is Steve Desgeorges. He came to the club in a youth intake the season before I took over and looks like he can be a player that takes us up the leagues. I'm excited to see what he can do this season and how he will develop. After getting him a proper contract and extending his time at the club, Steve makes quick work in showing he deserves more time on the pitch, scoring his first goal for the club and becoming the youngest goal scorer for FC Chambly Oise in club history. Unfortunately, his new place in the team couldn't keep us winning at the same rate. A loss to Rhodes combined with a terrible team talk and a draw to Goal FC sees us win only 3 games in the last 3 months, greatly hurting our promotion chances. But not all hope is lost. We finally have our youth intake, which is said to be a golden generation. Let's go! Having 5 potential first team players all spread between attackers, midfielders, and defenders adds some light to an otherwise dark part of the season. Let's go ahead and start looking at these guys, starting with the top talents and Dumas, who looks to be a left-sided player, not the greatest physical starting out nor technical ability, but has some good bravery and some good mentals. You never know with players this young they could develop into anything, so we will take him as a defender or left midfielder. The next is Emmanuel Gerard, who looks to be a pretty decent striker, a little bit better physicals than Dumas, some decent mentals, high determination, which we love. Hopefully he can develop past what our coach says his potential is and can break the starting lineup. Third, we have Bossard, who is a right winger and attacking midfielder, which goes very well in our system. He's very far off from catching up to Steve, who's been at the club for a few years now, but like I said, players this young, they can grow to be literally anything. The fourth player we have is Giannis Payan, who has some great jumping reach but needs to work on his heading. At 6'3", he could be a menace in the box, very good marking, very good technique, just needs to work on the tackling as well. Now the pick of the bunch is Alexandre Varlet, I don't know how to say it, we'll figure it out, who at left back with that potential, that determination, just needs to work on his physicals. he's going to be a great player for the club. Additionally, we really need to work on his teamwork as he's a selfish player. And now with the youth intake out of the way and the season winding down, we have a major chance to make the playoff promotion spots. With only 6 games remaining, being up in 3rd place, a point clear from the teams below us, we have a real shot to move up this season. All we need to do is win the rest of our games. And we start that off well, winning 2-1 against Paris 13 Atletico and drawing our next game. Winning 2-0 the following game leaves us still in 3rd with only 3 games remaining. However, a loss in our schedule and a major loss to Steve towards the end of the season means we fall out of the promotion playoff spot and are fighting an uphill battle to get back into it. A 2-0 win in our penultimate game means that this is a winner-takes-all season finale game, which starts incredibly poorly as we give up a penalty within the first 10 minutes of the game, which we concede. However, we have an opportunity to get it back as Izudin crosses one to Steve, who's back in our final game, who should have put that away but misses wide right. Thankfully, that good team talk gave us the fire we need to come out swinging as Sacco steals the ball, finally gets it back from Takaro and slots it away. But I don't know how, the ref ruled it offside, so we're back down 1-0 with 20 minutes left, praying we can make a playoff promotion push in the final stretches of this game. But as the extra time of this game winds down and we get 0 highlights, we lose 1-0, cementing us back in the National League for another season. However, after everything that's happened with our team, who we've gotten in youth intakes, how we've seen players develop, I can't say I'm disappointed. We were projected bottom of the table by quite a large margin. We're able to supersede our expectations and come out very much in the top half of the table. And let's cap off our overachieving season by looking at our end of season review, where like I said, we finished 4th, level on points, losing the goal difference, where our board gives us an A+. Our moments to remember: biggest win 5-2, match to remember was a 4-1 win in the middle of the season, and our goal of the season came from none other than our oldest player, oldest goal scorer, Tonkara. Our finances kind of got worse, which is concerning if we don't get out of the division. Here's our all-time best 11. And finally, here's some record-breaking rewards. Like I said, Steve, youngest goal scorer, and Tonkara being our oldest goal scorer. These quotes say it the best. We had a great start to the season, which unfortunately, we couldn't keep up that form all year with our young players mixing in throughout the season due to injuries. However, hopefully next year, a little bit of age and a little bit of experience in our up-and-coming youth players will take us up the league so we can continue to develop our club to hopefully challenge for European football soon.